Hot day under shot, make it crown. Save me them back, won't you, babe? I keep my strings in there. It loosens me up.
Elwood is about an old friend of mine. His name was Mike, but everyone called him Elwood, and I actually never figured that out. But he was a friend of my parents. So I guess he would have been probably closing in on 60 today. But Mike and I played music together when I was in high school. And I was like 18. He asked if I wanted to start gigging around Virginia Beach, where I grew up. And I was like, hell yeah, let's do it. And Mike, without a doubt, was one of the best guitarists I've ever played with. He was incredible. He had tone in a way that not many people have. He had gone to Berklee School of Music. He was extremely gifted, but, and it's a big but, like a lot of talented artists, he had a lot of demons. And he struggled with alcohol and substance abuse most of his life. And he was still in the throes of that when I started playing with him. But it was a really big learning experience for me. I mean, I was 18, just trying to get my foot in the door of music and trying to figure out how to make a life in it. And here I was playing with this guy who was kind of taking the door on the way out, who had tried to make a life in it and had kind of shot himself in the foot repeatedly, over and over again. And I will always be thankful for what Mike gave to me. And my first introduction to harmony, Mike gave me. My first introduction to setting up a PA was Mike. And he's just a good dude. He was like a legend in Virginia Beach. Everyone knew him, everyone loved him, but he was just kind of a lovable mess. And you always were just bummed because you're like, man, if that guy could get it together, there's nothing he couldn't do. But sadly, Mike took his own life probably 5 or so years ago. And when that happened, I knew I wanted to write a song in tribute to Mike. But it was so important to me that I really, really wanted to do it right. And that pressure made me push it off, probably for a couple of years. But eventually I pulled out the newspaper. I think the Virginia Pilot had done a full front page spread on him. This guy was a legend at Virginia Beach. And I pulled it out and I sat on the kitchen table and I started to pull pieces from it about him, about his life, and I started to write the song finally. And that song's Elwood, and it's really biographical. I mean, I really took true details from his life and tried to throw it in there, and then I tried to bring in parts of my experiences with Mike as well. And it is a tribute. It's a tribute to him. It is a rock anthem, and I think we absolutely got that in the studio. I told the guys the backstory, and I think they put all their emotion into it as well. And it is not a song about my wife or our relationship, but it is a song about the struggles of life and the ups and downs that we all go through. And it's about a life in music, which is this record's also about. So I think it fits exactly where it needs to be.